Hello, Stampers! I've got a cute little card for you today. The scene, I just thought it was just so cute with this bird from the bird's eye view stamp set. So I'm using this little guy here, and I'm omitting his legs, which makes him look totally different. So we're going to be using these leaves, this bird, and then we'll be using the sentiment from the Go-To Greetings stamp set. This is my all-time fave right here in Greetings. But these cute little birds, you know, you've seen them everywhere with their little glasses on. And I just thought I'd make him just a little more upscale, maybe, by using him without the glasses and without the legs, without their little spindly legs that are cute. But I put him on some reeds in our scene here. So I just have him kind of blowing in the wind, and I'm going to show you how to create this look. So this card is a fun fold card, has this little card inside of a card, which is kind of fun, right? So we'll be doing that, and I love this design because you can put a decent size panel on here to put your design on. So we're going to get going with our main panel, and I cut two of this basic white panel. One will go inside of our little card here. This one's the one for our main panel, but then we'll need the exact same size for the inside one. So just cut two of these, and they're 2 3/4 by 4. Basic white, and all the dimensions for this card are down below this video. Just click show more. You'll see them there under the description, along with all the links that will take you directly to my online store. And by the way, anytime you place an order with me, you're going to get 4 exclusive tutorials for the month, and there's 4 new ones every month. So keep that in mind when you're shopping, and I have some other specials that go on too. So let's get going. Okay, let's go ahead and put our sun in, and I'm using wild wheat. I know that's a little different, but I just thought it worked really well with the tone that I've got going in my card. So I'm going to use a blending brush for this, and our sun is just a blending brush. I'm going to use the tip of it, and I'm going up here kind of in this right corner, and I'm just making a little circle here. There's our sun. Super simple, right? So next I'm just going to go ahead and add my reeds, and I'm going to do that using a dark Pecan Pie Stampin' Blend marker. These reeds are easy to make, so it's just the fine point on this marker we're going to use, and I'm just coming off the side of the paper here and just making a little swoop. That's all we're doing, and we're going to do a few of those. We want them to look like they are blowing in the wind, so we have them kind of down, and then I'm going to make one off the cardstock here. And you can make, you know, as few as you want. I know, you're like, what is that, Michelle? But you're going to see they're going to look like our reeds are blowing in the wind. We're going to add some leaves to them. We have this great little 3-leaf stamp in our bird's eye view stamp set. And we're going to add these kind of to the end of every little reed we have here. Just giving a stamp. This one we're going to have going off the paper. Have another one right here. It's okay if they overlap. So there is our leaves on that. And let's, just for giggles, we'll add some leaves right there. Okay. And then I'm just going to take and color them in. And I'm going to use a light lost Lagoon for this. This is a Stampin' Blend marker. I'm just using a brush end, coloring those in. All of our little leaves here. Really, it's just 2 strokes on each leaf and you're done. I love these colors together. This Pecan Pie and the Lost Lagoon. Really pretty together. Okay, and so I want some color down here along our leaves, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Pretty Peacock ink, and I'm going to use a blending brush. I'm going to take that blending brush and I'm going to just swoop it over here. And you want it to look like drag marks. And that gives you, oh, I got a little dot on my sun. I'm not going to fret about that. Gives you that motion for your reeds to be blowing because you have these little streaks going on. I'm going to take this pecan pie ink and a sponge. I just want to add some color around the edge of this. That'll save us a layer on our card, but give us the color we want around the edges. Oh, let's do this other panel while we have it for their inside so they're like matchy matchy. I'm just going to add some color here. And you can't get this nice look using a blending brush on the edges. It doesn't look the same. So I like just to use these sponges. They come in like a round, and I get them from Amazon. They're about this big around, and I just cut them into pieces. I think I cut them into 6 pieces, so I get some nice sizes for that. But you can use them over and over again. Now, if that little mark in the sky kind of disturbs you there that I have in my sun, I think I'm just going to make it a little bird. Just do a little V there, and that'll disguise it. Voila, no more dot. We just have a nice bird in the sky. You find all kinds of weird things to do like that with your project. I'm going to take the dark pecan pie Stampin' Up blend marker, and I'm going to use the little chisel point, the fine end, and I'm going to make some dots all over this piece here. Kind of here and there, you know, kind of just scattered throughout. Okay, and then I'm going to add some white gel pen to our leaves. And on the top of just a few of these leaves, I'm going to add this white gel pen. It really makes them kind of pop. This is a Signo White Gel Pen that I've got from Amazon. And maybe a couple of these that are kind of fading out into the side there. You don't have to do all of them, but give them a nice little highlight on the top, and then we can add some dots throughout. It's like we got a little something blowing around in the wind there. Okay, so there is our little highlights on our leaves. We have our background in. So let's concentrate on our bird now. I just have a scrap of basic white here, and I'm going to bring in my pecan pie ink. I have my little bird here. We're going to stamp him on this white cardstock. There he is. And then we're just going to give him a nice coloring. So I'm going to start with Wild Wheat Stampin' Up blend marker, and this is the light wild wheat. And because we have this wild wheat sun, I just want some wild wheat at the top of my bird here, like it's a highlight from the sun shining on him. So I'm just going to add some of that wild wheat up here at the top, along the top of the wing, and along the top of the tail. And then I'm going to add, I'm going to get out the Light Lost Lagoon, and I'm using a brush end while I'm coloring here. I had this Lost Lagoon at the base of the belly here, about halfway at the bottom of the tail, and along the bottom of the wing here. That little dot. Next I'm going to add some light pecan pie, And I'm going to color the rest of his head in with this. And that little white area in its belly. And you can go down into that green a little bit. And let's do his beak. So now I'm just going to take this wild wheat marker again that we had before, and where the wild wheat meets the pecan pie, I'm just going to color over that, and that's going to blend that some. So you don't have such a dramatic mark. I think I'm going to do it here too, where these two colors meet. So there's that. And then I'm going to take, I have a dark Lost Lagoon. Nope, I have the light pretty peacock. Light pretty peacock marker here. And I'm going to run this along the bottom of his belly. Run it along the bottom of the tail. And right along the bottom of the wing. That really makes things stand out. Okay, so we're moving right along. And I'm just going to go back into that light Lost Lagoon. See these stripes on his wing? I'm just going to color those in. Every other one, I think, or just the small ones here, I think. Little small lines. So he's got some stripes going on in his wing. And there's our little bird. Okay, he's easy to cut out too, so we're just going to give him a quick cut out, and then I'll be right back. So there's our little bird. I've got them all cut out. It was super easy. I just used my paper snips. And I want to darken his eye a little bit, and I have a dark pecan pie marker here. And I'm just going to color that little dot in his eye a little darker, and then his beak a little darker. Makes those stand out a bit more. And then I have my white gel pen here, and I just want to add a dot in the center of his eye. There we go. And then I'm going to put a highlight on the top of his head. Then a highlight on the top of the wing. This white gel pen is just like super easy to add those highlights. And maybe how about a little bit just along the very top of his beak there. Okay, so there is my highlights that I put in. My bird's all ready. I'm going to add him to my branch. And you know what? If you have your bird facing kind of down, he looks kind of sad. So point his little head up and look how the difference it makes. That he's happy now. So I'm just going to add some scrap Stampin' Dimensionals here. Just going to use the little edge parts to put along his tail. And we'll just pop them up here. Let's do it this way. These little edges for these sheets come such in handy for these little things that you want to add. And we'll add them to our branch, head up. There we go. Looks like he's ready to sing a little song. But there it is, and we got our little leaves blowing in the wind. Okay, so now I have my Lost Lagoon little panel here, and this is 8.5 by 3, and then it's folded in half. And this is our little card that'll go inside of our card, and we're going to add our little main panel on here. And I'm just going to use some multi-purpose glue. Add a little love. And we'll put it on our little card. And I think that pecan pie on the edges was just perfect to edge that main panel out with to make it stand out a little more. Okay, so this is our inside panel that's going to go on the inside of our little card. And I'm going to put my sentiment on here. I have some Lost Lagoon ink and the happy birthday sentiment that comes out of the Go-To greeting stamp set. Just going to add it at the top of my card here. There we go, that turned out pretty. And then we can add it to the inside of our card. Now you want to look at your card kind of backwards, and it's going to open up on the left side. So this is where our little sentiment's going to be. Ignore my messed up side there that I'm putting my glue on. We all make mistakes stamping our sentiments sometimes, and it's good thing that we have two sides to every piece of paper. Just flip it over and give it another go. Okay, so there's our little bird. And I want some baker's twine on this, so I'm going to use this neutral color of baker's twine. And this comes out of the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. And it has some great neutrals for our baker's twine. So I'm just going to wrap this around. I want a long end here. Just going to wrap it around a few times. And then I'm going to leave another long end and cut that. Then you're just going to tie it in a knot and then in a bow. I'm kind of challenged at this. Here we go. There's our knot. Then we just need a little bow here. It's always hard to do on camera, folks, I'm telling you. And I'm just going to trim this one up a bit. I love how this baker twine's kind of curly. There we go. There's our little bow. Okay, so that's all ready. So let's get our main card base going here. And we have a Lost Lagoon panel, and it's 8 1/4 by 4 1/4. Then I'm going to score it at 2 3/4. So I got my little scoreboard out here, and I have it already ticked off here where I want it at 2 3/4. Let's run that down there. Just going to fold that, give it a little crease there. Got my bone folder. And there is the big card that we're going to have. And we need some designer series paper to go on this. And I have the Earthen Elegance designer series paper that I'm using. And I wanted to use this paper because I thought this kind of looked like a tree bark here. And so I thought it'd be cute on this outside flap. This is really pretty paper. The whole pack is really pretty. Sometimes I just like a few of the sheets, but with this pack, I really liked all of the sheets in the pack. So there's that one on the outside. Now this is from the same sheet of paper that I've cut this. And so I wanted some of the lighter to be inside. So I've got a little dark edge here I'm going to put over here on the right. But I want to add some color to this to kind of blend in with that Lost Lagoon. So I'm going to add some Lost Lagoon color to it with a blending brush. Anytime you have designer series paper and you want to add a color to it, just blend a little bit on it like that. Now that's going to tie into our card that we have. So that was really easy to add that. Just that little bit of Lost Lagoon really ties that paper in. Okay, little multi-purpose glue here. Get a little love. And we're going to add that to the inside of our card. Center it up there. And then our little card gets centered up in here too. So just like that. So I'm just going to put some ink on the back. I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. And then center it up. You use whatever adhesive you want to use though. Make sure I have this kind of straight. And then you I'll just move that just a tad. There we go. And there's our card. So easy, right? But let's add a little embellishment to the edges of the front here, just to give a little bling. So I'm going to use the Brush Metallics adhesive back dots for this. And I'm going to use the copper looking ones. Pick my tool out here. And we'll just add these to the corners of this flap here. And there we go. And that is our finished card already. So I hope you like this project and that you give it a try. Here's my original. Super fun to make. And it gives you just another different kind of look to use with that bird's eye view stamp set. So pick that up. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Toodles.